Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. New tool day. Actually not new tool day, not even new to me. I picked up this little lathe recently. Well, I must be honest, I've been working on this little lathe for the best part of my life. It was in my dad's shop. They recently moved to a smaller place, didn't have space for it, so it got moved to my place. So it's a Maximat standard lathe, and I believe this was manufactured by I believe it was Emco. So yeah, it's an old machine. The serial number starts with 64, so it's probably a 1964 machine. My dad bought this out of an old school shop auction, and like I said, I think I was maybe 3 or 4 when this happened. So yeah, I've been working on it all my life. Okay, so the lathe has got a little milling attachment at the back. So how this works is you've got your mill, and then you actually take off the tool post and you use the base of the cross slide as the base of your mill, and then you can cross feed, automatic cross feed and all of that on that as well. This little machine has got a few hiccups in the sense that I don't think the 3-jaw chuck is running close to concentric. I know the tailstock is out. That needs to be reset in, I think, both directions, if I'm not mistaken. We need to shim that up as well. The motor, well, after a bout of load shedding, the motor burned out, was running in the starter windings and all of that. So we had to rewire that, and they messed up the whole control section. But what I want to do is I want to bring the control section back here to the front. Just keeps your hand out of the chuck and stuff like that. So we'll be doing a bit of work on it. First up, I did put in decent lighting on top of it so that we'll be able to work with it. But I think I just pulled it in here. If I can go down to the bottom here, just pulled it into the shop. So this lathe needs to be fit and fixed and fit and leveled before you can do anything else. But even before that, I think somewhere in the whole move, the cross slide little lever got in the way and broke off as I started to move it around. So we will either be repairing that or doing a new one. We'll see about that. I think that's the first order of business, is trying to get that little bolt, trying to get that little bolt out. It's very, very small, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I do think that this thing has been worked on previously. It looks like there's a bit of either silver solder or brazing in there. So let's see what we can do about it. First up, I'm going to use the punch to try and turn it out with a punch. The problem with this small diameter bolts is you don't really generate a decent lever arm. So I'm not sure. We might have to, second prize will be drilling it out, trying with an easy out and see if we can get it out. But let's try. Okay, so this is the little how did AVE call it, stone boat that I made to get it into the shop. Ooh, have a look at that. I didn't film any of that. That was not OSHA approved, so had to have my head on a swivel there. Let's see what we can do here. How am I gonna jam this thing? Let's see. Oh, we might be lucky. This thing is moving. I want to try and save some of the thread so that I can make sure that I get the right bolt to go in here, because I think it'll be a inch standard, as everything on this machine is imperial. Are we being lucky? Not sure. It's definitely coming out. There we go. Now it starts moving. Ah, there we go. Gentlemen, this was very uneventful, and but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Getting a broken bolt out this easy, it doesn't happen often, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Now the next step would be is to try and get this section out, but I think that one is definitely, it was definitely brazed in or silver solded in. So I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to get this one out. Let's give it a go. See what we can do. But I have to think about this first. I'm going to think about it a bit, and I'll get you back here when I've got a plan. I had a quick look, and it almost looks like it's an M6. This isn't a little M6 bolt. So I'm just going to try and see if... No, it's not. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of the blind leading the blind here. I've got no idea if this is going to work. I've got a M8 nut, 8mm nut here. And the little lever almost fits in, so I'm gonna drill it out to 8mm, so in essence drill out all the threads. Then I'm gonna cut the nut and chuck it up and see if we can get this to bite on here, so we can fit it into the chuck in this way with the nut holding it on, something like that. Let's see. Now this is also, I don't know if it's going to work because nothing on this machine lines up at this stage, but I think let's try and get the little lever fixed before we do anything else. That's the only issue on this little lathe, is every time you need to want to change the speed on it, you have to swap belts, but it's not a big issue. Can definitely make this work. There we go. You can pick up how the drill bit is running now. I think that's a compound of everything. I'm just going to put this in the vise and put a hacksaw to it. It's definitely not drilling straight, because on the one end the thread's cut out and the other end not. I don't know if that's the nut not being concentric, which is more than likely, or the lathe, no, the chuck not being concentric, which is also 100% likely, and the tailstock being out of alignment, which is also 100% likely. So I'm just going to quickly hack through it and let's see if we can do something about it. Okay, so there's a little nut that's split. Doesn't completely fit on an 8 diameter hole, but I'm just going to tap it in. I think it'll go. Nope. Well, yes, might get it. Let's see. There we go. So the idea is, I'm hoping that if I machine off the first little bit of the little lever, that I can get behind where it was brazed on, and that the brazing didn't flow into the threads. It's a long shot, but hopefully we can be lucky. too light and this is not right. It's a bit high, but I think we'll manage. Okay, so I need to get back into tooling on this thing and find out what goes where and why and how and so on. So let's try something different here. Here we go. Much better. Okay, I can still see a little bit of brazing, but I think that's on, it looks like that's on the outside of the handle. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take one last cut and put the punch on it and see if we can drive it out. I'll have to get something better happening here, because otherwise I need to stretch over the chuck and that's going to end up in a nightmare somewhere along the line. Okay, I'm just going to first take it out of here. Gentlemen, we might be lucky. We might be lucky. Don't know if you guys can see there the little screw in there. Looks like it's a lot smaller on this end than on the other end. Okay, I've got a little center drill in here. This is just to give us the best chance. Let's give us the best fighting chance. I'm just going to spot it and then put a little drill in, drill a little hole in it and see if we can make something work. I think now you will see how out of alignment the tailstock is. I am wondering, no, we'll have to drill it deeper. I don't think it will be deeper than that. I'm gonna look for easy out and see what we can do. Okay, spanner in the works. My smallest easy out, I've already ruined the point. This is not gonna fit in here. There was a smaller one, but I think I completely broke it off. Gentlemen, I think we are somewhere a while back. I bought this one as a incomplete set for a absolute bargain price, and it shorted the one drill. So I think we might be in the bound seat here. Let's quickly see. Oh yes. Now I need to get a wrench to fit on there. Gentlemen, and this is where the whole of the internet needs two old thumbs. There, now it's seating. Oh well, it feels like it. Nope. Okay. I'm not gonna fight this thing. Gents, what I forgot to tell you is that there's an obscene amount of tooling that came with this little lathe. Over here,
This bucket is full of carbide tips and drills and whatever you name it, it's in here. I need to go through it and see what's in there. There's a bunch of tools, boring bars, any in which cutter, small little potting blades, the whole tools here. There's some more potting blades and, well, you name it. Then on top of that we've got all of this, which includes drill bits, arbors, you name it. You name it, it's all in here. Life centers, little slot cutters with a milling head. There at the bottom sits the gear train for the metric, but I don't know if it's working on it. There's a bunch of these adjustable reamers in here, small and large and any size in between. And then there's another case like this that contains the dividing head. Okay gents, we have got something interesting here. I think this whole lever was replaced at one stage, because I was playing around a bit with the threads and chasing threads with a little die, and it came down that this is an M6 thread. Yeah, I've got an M6 standard M6 thread. There's a lot of junk coming out the back, so I think there was some thread locker or something in here. Now this makes it a lot easier due to the fact that now we don't need to look for bolts anymore. You can see there, I mean, there's no way if you cross thread it or it was a different size that you would cut it like, well, clean it out like that. So bonus, we are in the pound seat where we will be using a 6mm thread on this thing. Let's see, now that I've chased it out, if we've got a 6mm M6 thread. Yeah, and there we go, 100%. We'll be using an M6. What I will do is I will turn off a section of the thread, drill out, well, first of all I'll drill out the little handle to a little bit smaller than the minor diameter on the M6 thread, which will be 5 and odd. So I think I'll chase it out with a little bit of a 5, maybe even a 4, and then we'll cut the thread off a section of the bolt, get it in there, a little bit of silver solder or something like that. It'll just be 2 or 3 threads going in deep, well, 3 threads worth going in, and then we'll be able to screw it back on with some Loctite. I'm gonna get this set up. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so I drilled it out on a 5mm. Let's cut the threads on this little bolt and see what we can make work here. Okay, so I've wrapped a little bit of wire around the thread just to give us a fighting chance. I don't think I'm going to even use all of that thread, because I'm only going to turn off that little piece and then we'll part it off or hack it off there. And let's see what we can do about it. We can get this to run a little bit better. And we are there already. I can go a little bit deeper. There we go. Gentlemen, I think that one is that. I'll take it out and have a closer look at it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that to cool down and we'll see if we've made any progress on it. Do however think that now I've silver soldered the nut to the little handle, but we'll see. Let's get this thing to cool down. I'm just gonna leave it for now, and we'll get back to it. Okay, so I've definitely welded the nut to the little lever. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and turn off the nut now, and then we will just cut the thread. I think that's probably about as good as we're gonna get it. I'll just take the skin cuts on it. Okay, I'm just gonna take some Emco cloth and polish it up to be nice and smooth again. Gentlemen, and there we have it, our little handle. Let's see if we can make it fit. Like a glove. Okay, so what's happening here is we've got that glass from the silver solder that's sitting on there. Now I've marred it again. I'm gonna push it through a die and just break off that glass, and then I have to tape something on here when we put it back so that I don't hash up the surface again, because you will always be touching it, so you want it fairly smooth. Okay, so there we go. Let's try it again. Like a glove. What I'm going to do is I am going to put some Loctite on here. Well, for now I think I might just strap it in a bit. Let's see if we can get that done, and it might not be, Loctite might not be necessary. This thing is not going to work that hard. There we go. A little bit of a mark on the surface. Let's try and see if we can polish that off. I can just find my little inner tape. There you go. And there we go. I'll see if it comes loose again, then we'll make a plan with it. But for now I think we are as right as the rain that's just started falling. So I'm going to call it a night, and I'll see you guys back in the shop on the next one. Guys, if you've made it thus far, thanks for watching. As always, please rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay safe.